Monday. During dinner tonight, Mom said we need to have a family meeting, and family meetings are never much fun. Mom told us Aunt Reba lived a really humble life in a small apartment, but that she had been careful with her money and made some really smart investments. Well, I had no idea why Mom was telling us all this. But then came the big news. Mom said that Aunt Reba had left all her money to her family, and it took me a second to realize that included us. Apparently, when you find out this sort of news, you're not supposed to act happy about it, because I guess that's disrespectful to the person who passed away. But nobody told us kids that. After Mom got us to settle down, she said we needed to have a serious discussion about what to do with our inheritance. I already knew exactly how I was going to spend my share. Roderick said he wanted to use his share to buy a tour bus for his band, and Dad wanted to buy some really expensive figurines for a Civil War diorama. Manny wanted to use his money to fill up his bedroom with chocolate pudding for some reason. But Mom shut down everyone's ideas. She said we were making this decision as a family, and whatever we did with the money was gonna have to benefit everybody. Then she told us her idea, which was to use the money for home improvements. Everyone else thought this was a really boring idea, but not me. I ran upstairs to get the blueprints for my dream house, and I went through them, floor by floor. But Mom said the money Aunt Reba left us wouldn't even pay for the ice skating rink I designed for the second level, so I tried out some of my less expensive ideas, like the couch with a built-in toilet. Flush. Mom wasn't crazy about those ideas either. She said she was thinking about using the money for an addition. Well, that sounded like a great idea to me. I figured if we added 2 more stories to the top of our house, then everyone in the family could have their own floor. Roderick wanted to make the addition into a recording studio, and Dad wanted to make it all glass so he could show off a Civil War diorama to the neighbors. Manny had his own idea for what to put in the addition, but I think it was mostly just the chocolate pudding thing again. Of course, Mom didn't like any of our ideas, and she said she had a totally different plan for what the addition should be. Mom said she's always wanted a bigger kitchen, and she was really excited to use the money for that. None of us really liked that idea though, and we kept brainstorming other things we could put in there. But now Mom was mad. She said she was the only person in the family who ever said Aunt Reba thank you no for anything, so she was going to decide how to use the money. And for some reason, that was the end of the conversation. See, this is why leaving your relatives money is a bad idea. All it does is make everyone miserable. I'm not planning on leaving any money behind when I go. I'm gonna spend every last cent so there's nothing left for people to fight over. I can guarantee that me and my brothers are gonna fight over whatever inheritance we get from Mom and Dad, and I'm already worried that I'm not gonna get my fair share. That's because when I first learned to write my name, Roderick made me sign a bunch of pieces of paper, and who knows what kinds of things I agreed to do back then. Roderick always says he's the firstborn, so he'll get our parents' house and all their money, too. But I don't think it works like that anymore. If he's right though, then I'm glad I'm the second in line and not the third, because Manny's got no chance at getting any money with 2 older brothers in front of him. And that's the reason I always watch my back around that kid. May, Saturday. The great thing about this edition is that it gives me something to brag about to rally on our way to school. I told him how our new kitchen is going to have granite countertops and the tile floor and brand new appliances. But instead of getting jealous, he acted happy for me, so I don't understand what kind of game he's playing. Riley's house is newer than ours, and it's a lot bigger too. And that's not right, because Riley's an only child, so he doesn't need all that room. Back when Riley first moved in, I told him we should trade houses to make things more fair. Riley thought that was a good idea, but unfortunately, his dad didn't. And I think that's what got me and Mr. Jefferson started off on the wrong foot. Anyway, I'm actually getting kind of excited for construction to begin, because it's going to be nice having some more space. But I guess they've got to do a bunch of paperwork before they can get started for real. Dad wants to fix a few things around the house before construction begins anyway, and he wants me and Roderick to help him. Dad says once me and Roderick get our own places, we're going to have to know how to do repairs ourselves. I keep telling Dad that by the time we're his age, we won't have to fix things ourselves, but he never seems to want to hear it. Splish or vroom. Whenever Dad tries to teach me how to do something new, I always have trouble following along. A couple of weeks ago, he showed me and Roderick how to change a tire, but I guess I lost interest when he started talking about lug nuts and air pressure. Bleep blop bleep. Dad was frustrated I wasn't paying attention, and he asked me what I'm going to do if I ever get stuck by the side of the road with a flat tire. I told him I'm planning on buying a whistle, and I'll just blow it if I ever need help. Tweet! I guess that was the wrong answer though, because since then, Dad's been on my own case to learn how to do things for myself. Today, Dad said he was going to teach me how to snake a drain, which didn't sound like fun to me. And when I found out it was a plumbing thing, I got scared. I've had a fear of plumbing ever since I was a little kid. It's all because I overheard Mom talking to Dad outside my bedroom just after we moved in. The ground in the bathroom is really nasty. What I didn't know then was that grout is the gritty stuff between the bathroom tiles. But when Mom said that word, it put a picture in my mind. The grout. Since I'd never seen the grout, I figured it must hide in the pipes whenever I walked into the bathroom, so that made me nervous around faucets and drains. Slurp. I was scared that one day the grout was gonna grab one of my ankles when I was in the shower and pull me down the drain. And I didn't feel safe in Mom and Dad's bathroom either, because I figured the grout could just slither through the pipes and get me in there if it wanted to. I thought maybe I could at least stop the grout from getting out of the faucets by blocking them. So one day, I went around the house putting balloons over all of the nozzles, which turned out to be a pretty dumb move now I know that I think about it. Zip, bloosh. I knew I needed a way to defend myself if the grout ever came after me while I was using the bathroom, and I found a perfect weapon in the cabinet underneath the sink. Grout gun. From then on, I was in the bathroom. If I was in the bathroom, I was armed. But later I started to worry that the grout might slip out of the bathroom and get me in my bedroom. And a few times I was sure it was actually right there in the room with me. But when I woke up in the morning, the grout was gone. Blink, blink. Finally, I told Mom I was too scared to sleep alone because I was afraid of the grout. Mom thought the whole thing was hilarious and showed me what grout really was. Then she told me that a monster is only real if you believe in it, and if I stopped thinking the grout was real, it would disappear. I realized that was exactly what the grout would want me to think, and I wondered if the grout was actually pretending to be Mom. So from that point on, I kept my bedroom door locked, just in case.
I've got up some more slices for you, sweetie.
Shudder. Eventually, I guess I did stop believing in the grout. Well, at least until today, when Dad unclogged the drain and pulled out a glob of hair. And for me, that's all the proof I needed. Scream! I spent the rest of the day locked in my room, and that was where I planned on staying, at least until Dad took my door off the hinges with a screwdriver. I didn't even know you could do that. So Dad should be happy because he actually taught me something new today.